A guy called Omar Berrada has just been appointed Manchester United's CEO. Now, he's probably gone under the radar for many people because he's Chief Football Operations Officer at Man City, had been for some time, but one of their key staff. In the Telegraph this morning, Sam Wallace says it represents one of the biggest executive poaching appointments between leading English clubs since Roman Abramovich recruited Peter Kenyon from United as Chelsea's chief executive in 2003. Now, Berrada can't take over as Man U's CEO until the summer, but he's resigned from City, and he was one of their key witnesses defending their 115 charges. So it's be interesting to see how that one plays out. Ineos, obviously, the driving factor behind this. So, Henry, just how significant is it?
Well, I assume we await another big poster. Welcome to Manchester.
Yes.
all in red.
They've already started on the memes.
With absolutely. I mean, it was very interesting when that statement came out last night, and particularly one thing that jumped out to me from the Manchester United statement confirming that Berrada was joining was the club is determined to put football and performance on the pitch back at the heart of everything we do. Omar's appointment represents the first step on this journey. And that, for Manchester United fans, is basically two fingers to the Glazers. I know the Glazers will have signed this off, but this is very much an Ineos appointment. Mm-hmm. And you saw where Ratcliffe was sitting next to Sir Alex Ferguson at the game last weekend. That was almost a statement. We are about football. We are about the values of Ferguson. They mention the values of Sir Matt Busby. United fans can see, once again, in the words of Sir Matt Busby, the red flag flying high at the summit of English, European and world football. Again, that's what the statement adds in terms of their focus. Berrada's an interesting mix because he's got a sales background, Barcelona to Manchester City, but he's also, as you've alluded to, he's very highly regarded on the football side. He was part of buying Haaland was not exactly the sort of the greatest tactical scouting mission ever. I mean, he was outstanding, but he was one of the individuals who drove that through at City, and what an inspired signing he's been. So that is absolutely right, that they need to put football back at the heart of everything that Manchester United do. For too long under the Glazers, you go to Old Trafford and it's felt like a mega store with a pitch attached. It should be the other way around. It should be the focus on the football. Clearly, the commercial side is hugely important because it creates playing budgets and all that. Totally understand that. But this is such an important statement of intent. Getting him from Manchester City, the big local rivals, but also just in terms of the cultural change away from the Glazers, which was all about take, which was all about money. This is more about trophies, performance and glory, which is what Manchester United should be about and were about pre-Glazers.
It's quite a shock move, isn't it? Because I didn't really see this flagged up anywhere. I hadn't seen it. And to a lot of fans, if you'd said Cheeky Begiristan moves from City to United, who's their main man behind the scenes on the off-field stuff, you'd have gone, Begiristan's moved to Man United. That's seismic. But this man, Omar Berrada, it seems, was very much one of the big cogs in the wheel at City.
Definitely, but maybe he felt that whether he was going to get the number one job at City, but he's an elite signing. I mean, Manchester City have appointed so well down the years, and obviously they brought him in, and he's done brilliantly there. But this is a Manchester United statement of intent that they are going after the best.
It's interesting, considering Sir Jim doesn't start till the middle of February and can't do anything. He's doing an awful lot.
Which is good, but Berrada I don't think can start until next season anyway. I assume there's a little bit of gardening leave.
No, but he is making some decisions. He is putting things in place, and yet we learned this week that it could be all taken off him by 2025.
Well, I know, but that is why. That's my only concern with him. When there was the debate about Sheikh Jassim or Sir Jim, you wanted him to buy out the Glazers completely. Manchester United as a club and their fan base need the dead hand of the Glazers lifted from the club and sent back to the Everglades. Manchester United, I mean, it's just have Sir Jim, just make sure he's got the money, and maybe this 25% is just clearly a step on the way towards taking them over completely.
Okay, well, he's got a big job on his hands no matter what happens.